Right, good afternoon, guys. I had some technical difficulties. I don't know why my laptop, for some reason, I don't want to record sound. So, this is take 8 already. So, just bear with me, please. I'm going to try to solve that problem. If not, I will always show you the slideshow on here and I will explain as we go along. I will send you the full slideshow as well to your to the WhatsApp group, so you can continue from there. Please just follow the instructions clearly on the weekly plan so you know what to do. Right, so first up, we are starting now with module 2, that's microeconomics. Please just make sure you know the difference between macroeconomics and microeconomics. Macroeconomics focuses on aggregates or totals. Microeconomics focuses on individual things like the supply of milk, for example. So therefore you will see during this topic we are going to use a lot of graphs. All right, from unit 1 I'm just going to take on the relative prices for today. So if you page over, you will see it tells you what microeconomics consists out of. The relationship between markets, that's basically topic 1. Under topic 1 or unit 1 is our relative prices, which I will be discussing today. Then the effects of cost and revenue on prices and production, that's our second topic or unit. And then thirdly is price elasticity of demand and supply, which we'll get to. Right, then the relationships between markets, they just give you a breakdown of what it consists out of. It's relative prices, demand relationships, supply relationships, relationships between the goods and the factor market, and then also very important, the market structures. There where we're going to look at the perfect market and also our 3 imperfect market structures. This topic is quite important for exam purposes regarding the essay. So essay comes from basically part 2 and part 3, demand and supply relationships. We're going to learn about substitutes and complementary goods, and then also the market structures, number 5. Each one has a definition and they have characteristics that are important, but once we get there, we'll guide you through it. Okay, ways of making use of relative prices. There are 3 ways. The first one is alternatives, the second one is indexes, and the last one is percentages. Relative prices, they tell us prices on goods and that are quoted on services on nominal prices. Please note, it's not normal prices, but nominal. Or we also refer to it as absolute prices. We love to ask this one as a short question sometimes. So just make sure nominal and absolute prices are the same thing. The price of one good in comparison or in terms of another is known as a relative price. Relative prices are known as real prices. So here relative and real prices goes together, takes into account the effect of inflation. There are 3 ways in which we make use of relative or real prices in everyday life. So now we're going to discuss each of them quickly and short. The first one is alternatives. For example, when one buys a good or a service, you compare it to the price of other goods and services. For example, you can buy a loaf of bread at 5 Rand. Okay, now this is probably a couple of years ago, because now a loaf of bread is about 12 Rand if you can find one on special, either 14, 15 Rand, or depending on what type of bread do you buy. Or 2 liters of milk for 15 Rand, and we also know the price is round about there, 24 Rand, sometimes on special for 22 Rand. 24 Rand or higher. The milk costs 3 times as much as the bread. In other words, if we take the 15 Rand of the milk and we divide it by the 5 Rand, that is the cost of the loaf of bread, the answer is going to be 3. So if we are comparing them, alternatives, we can basically say that the milk is 3 times as much as the bread, the cost. But obviously, if you need milk to put into your coffee or cereal, you're not going to buy bread, even though the bread is cheaper. It's just a way of comparing prices. Then the second one, indexes. We can compare the price of purchasing many goods from one month to the next. In South Africa, we use the CPI. You've heard this concept before when we did our 30 seconds as well. CPI stands for Consumer Price Index. It means a basket of goods and services. For example, if the CPI increased in 2009 from 100 to 122.8 in June 2012, in other words, by 22.8%, and the price of the fuel increased by 40%, then if we compare these indexes with each other, we can say that the fuel is relatively more expensive than the CPI, the basket of goods. However, if the price of a packet of cigarette has increased by 16%, then cigarettes are relatively cheaper. But obviously, we can't really compare food with cigarettes because you can't eat cigarettes. Maybe if you're very, very hungry and you only have cigarettes with you. But that's why they call it indexes. They are just comparing different indexes with each other. Then the last one is percentages. We often ignore the nominal price and compare only the percentages. For example, if the price of a cool drink has increased by 5% and the price of a pie by 3%, we can say the cool drink is basically 2% relatively more expensive. In other words, the 5% increase of the cool drink minus the 3% increase of the pie. Therefore, the 2% difference. Alright, so that's how we use percentages in relative prices. Okay guys, what I want you to do basically is just copy this basic. I'm just going to put it on again. This basic mind map of the 3 different ways to use relative prices, and then I want you to add 2 facts for me under each. Under alternatives, under indexes, and under percentages. Alright, so you can use the ones that's here on the slideshow, or you can use the ones in your textbook. The textbook number, I will just check up for you because it was going on back and forth quickly. It is on page 99. So page 99 of your textbook. You can go look there for facts as well. I'm going to send you this physical PowerPoint as well with my voice clips to take you through it. And also the complete Module 2 Topic 1 or Unit 1 slideshow as well. So as we continue, you can see what's going to lie ahead of you. Alright, won't keep you too busy, so enjoy the rest of your afternoon. See you again tomorrow.